Hi, welcome to the Huntington Beach Downtown Art Walk, every third Wednesday from 6 to 9 p.m. Join us now as we take a look at a variety of established and emerging artists up and down Main Street.
Welcome to the Huntington Beach Arts Center. I'm delighted to share with you our contribution to the Downtown Art Walk. Tonight what you see is Christine Wynn's work, a phenomenal artist whose work plunges the depths of the imagination. Christine draws upon the imagery of science, but she doesn't limit her work to technologies of the present. She imagines the depths of the ocean reaching into outer space. She's been developing her personal cosmology in which commonalities among species, forms, and environment become visible and expressive, suggesting past narratives and possible futures. The forms and environs in her work sometimes migrate into new pieces, and you'll see that in this current exhibition. And with that, we welcome you to the Huntington Beach Art Center, to this beautiful exhibition, to the monthly art walk, and to art in your daily life.
In the last year, City Council appointed a committee to look at the downtown image. And one of the things that came out of it was that there was a lack of art and culture in the downtown. And so out of this came a committee and the Downtown Art Walk. And the main players are standing right next to me. And board member and owner of Making Wave Salon, Susie Smith, will introduce the rest of the committee.
Hi, Nova. Thank you so much for coming. I'd like to introduce the committee that has worked long and hard hours to put on this art walk that we have monthly. We've started in January of 2010. Next to me is Luann Shoup, co-chair, co-founder, and local resident as well as artist. Heidi Pena, store manager of 222 Clothing on 5th Street, art walk committee person, and Katie Brack, resident and artist. She's on the Art Walk committee as well.
And we thank you all for your hard work that you've put into making this event happen. And if it wasn't for you four and the rest of the committee, this would never have happened. So thank you so much. Remember, every third Wednesday of the month.
And here we are again, the third Wednesday of the month, continuing the art walk, and we are now in the Altera Real Estate office, and our showcased artist is Viola Chang, and she's here to explain a little bit about her artwork and her beautiful pelican that's standing right here behind us, and what inspired her to start and do that for us.
All my paintings, the inspiration is from the wealth of nature. We have a lot of beautiful scenery around us, and my painting is coming from that inspiration. And this pelican that you see here is a regular visitor to our Huntington Beach Pier. My friend Barbara has snapped this picture and provided me with a reference, and I did two pieces of artwork over her, and one in watercolor and one in pencil sketches.
Nice. And you have other medias as well as watercolors. Can you explain some of those to us?
I'm primarily on watercolor, but I also have watercolor on paper and UPO, which is kind of a polypropylene material. It is a little harder to capture that, and you can see it from the Sunset series. Oh. And the other one that I use is clayboard art, which is you kind of using a very sharp object like a knife and carve into the blackboard type of material. And then the last one that I use is Chinese ink with Chinese brushes on rice paper.
Thank you again so much for spending time with us. And now we're going to go to the next leg of the tour, and we're going to let Hayden go forward with his interview.
Thanks, Jan. Our next stop on the Huntington Beach Art Walk brings us to 222 5th Street, clothing boutique which features two artists. Our first artist, Joshua Serafin, is here on my left. Welcome, Josh. And our second artist is Ben Walker on my right. Welcome, Ben.
Welcome.
Let's talk about Josh's artwork first. And Josh, can you please start us off?
Sure, let me show you some paintings on canvas and panel. Show you my latest creation here. These are, just came out with these on May 15th. This is oil on recycled tempered glass. I'm getting the glass from a local glass company here in Huntington Beach. And the challenge on this is pretty much painting everything backwards. I'm used to, over the last several years, painting so many layers, and the last layer I end up with, where this is the first layer. And the beauty about these is at night, they're lit with, lined with energy efficient LED lights.
Great. Well, I like the integration of the medium of art. And Josh, if you could tell me a little bit about being a local artist, what would you say is your greatest inspiration?
Well, the inspiration pretty much derives from everything the coast here has to offer, growing up so close to the beach and just being engulfed in it throughout my whole life. Just everything that it has to offer, from the sandpiper to the pelican to the surf, the ocean, sunset.
Obviously, my inspiration for this style of art I do is mostly drip paintings, and then it sort of evolves into these tree-style paintings here, which is the same style of painting, but I just created trees with it.
Well, these are all brilliant pieces. And as an artist, can you tell me a little bit about what your inspiration is?
Well, basically everyday life and just things I see around me, mostly in nature. Like you see a lot of trees in nature. And I was also influenced by my grandmother and my mother were artists, so it sort of came down in the family.
What a wonderful family tradition. I'd like to thank you, Ben, for being with us. Again, Ben Walker here at 222 5th Street.
We're out in front of Carmen Parks Boutique, and we're featuring Jeff Davidson, who's a woodwork artist. And can you tell me a little bit about your woodwork?
It's actually called wood turning, and I make natural edge bowls from local woods here in Orange County. I've been a lifelong Huntington Beach resident, and I am passionate about wood turning.
The woodwork is gorgeous. I see that you have vases and bowls, so people buy them and use them for fruits and flowers. And what else? What other options do they use them for?
Well, they can be standalone pieces of art, fruit bowls, waterproof and non-waterproof vases. They look great in a like a china cabinet under a halogen light. They just glow, and people use them for all kinds of things.
Now, how long does it take you to make one bowl?
I can rough them out usually in about 2 hours, and then about 10 days for the wood to dry, 30 minutes of sanding, and then about 5 days for finish. So it's about 10 to 15 days with about 8 hours of hands-on. So they're a lot of work, but passion helps.
Well, your work has been featured out here in Huntington Beach at our Surf City Nights, so we know that you're a local artist and you do really well. So thank you so much for your great work and for participating in the Art Walk. We really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Welcome to the lobby of the Shorebreak Hotel on 5th Street in beautiful downtown Huntington Beach. I'm joined by local famed artist Anita Brace. Anita, thank you for joining us.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure.
And Anita, if you could be so kind as to tell us the role of the Art Walk and the pieces that you have displayed here.
Well, the Art Walk is sponsored by businesses in the downtown area, and it's a new art event that I really, really enjoy in Huntington Beach.
And what kind of pieces are you displaying from your body of work?
Today, my display is primarily two series that I'm working on. One is called Beach Light, which is a various type of light and beach scenes that where the light is very different than what you can see on a normal basis. And the second series that I'm working on and expanding, a few pieces are here that is called Body Language, which is primarily about dancers, because I enjoy dancing and I enjoy watching dancers in all aspects, both historic, cultural, contemporary, and modern kinds of dancing like salsa and rock and things like that, even break dancing.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. Well, we were also wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your inspiration and how being a local artist from Huntington Beach ties into your work, not just with what you choose to shoot locally, but also in your travels around the world.
Well, I really started with shooting the travel photography because I wasn't working when I was traveling. And when I was home in Huntington Beach, which is a very beautiful place to live, I was working too hard to get out the camera and go out there. But I have been developing in that side, so that's something that I'm really, really enjoying doing now. I'm still working, but not that much.
Well, that's great to hear. And again, thank you for sharing your photographs here. Again, we're at the lobby of the Shorebreak Hotel. And before we go, I'd just like to remind everybody that you can also pick up a brochure of the Huntington Beach Art Walk at each participating merchant area, or you can go to www.hbdowntown.com. Don't forget to also add them as a friend on Facebook. From all of us at the City of Huntington Beach, the Huntington Beach Art Walk, for Surf City Highlights, I'm Hayden Beckman.
We are delighted to see that monthly, hundreds of people are participating in the Art Walk.
So many artists.
So much to see.
The Downtown Huntington Beach Art Walk, the third Wednesday of every month.
Every third Wednesday of the month.
Surf City.